Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to talk about something awesome, how to turn what you love into actual profit on Pinterest. Seriously, it's time to get off that social media hamster wheel for good.
Are you just so tired of creating content, pouring your heart into it just for likes and views that don't pay the bills? Yeah, if you've ever felt that burnout, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a huge frustration for so many creators. But what if I told you there's a place where your hard work could actually lead to real traffic and, sales? Okay, so this is the absolute key. We have to make a huge mindset shift right now. You've got to stop thinking of Pinterest as just another social media app. It's really not. On other platforms, people are just endlessly passively scrolling, right? But on Pinterest, they're actively searching. They show up with a goal. They're planning, they're discovering, and here's the kicker, they are ready to buy. So yeah, it's not just a cute vision board, it's basically a cash machine waiting for you.
And it's a cash machine with a huge audience. I mean, look at this number. We're talking about almost 500 million people every single month who are actively looking for ideas, for inspiration, and for products to buy. This isn't just some random crowd scrolling by. No, this is a giant marketplace full of motivated buyers.
All right, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to cover why Pinterest is this untapped gold mine, how to find a niche that actually makes money, how to pick the right products, and then the real secret sauce, creating pins that people actually click on. We'll also go over the rules you absolutely cannot break, and finally, how to put the whole thing on autopilot and scale it up.
So let's drill down on this idea of the untapped gold mine. The most important thing to get is that people on Pinterest have what's called high purchase intent. They're not just killing time, They are literally planning their future. Think about it. A kitchen remodel, that dream vacation, a whole new wardrobe. They're collecting ideas, they're making shopping lists, and that makes them super receptive to your product recommendations.
Okay, let's get practical. Step 1, you've got to find your niche. And the best part, you don't have to guess what's going to be popular. The data tells you everything. It shows us exactly where the people are and what they're searching for. When you follow that data, you're not just throwing stuff at a wall. You're setting yourself up to be an authority in a space that's already ready to make you money.
I mean, just look at the scale of these niches. It's wild. Home decor? Over 23 billion pins. Food and recipes? Not far behind at 18 billion. These are just massive, evergreen topics that always have a huge built-in audience. But here's the pro tip. Look at the sub-niches. Something like small space organization. That's where you can really carve out your spot and stand out. If you know a thing or two about any of these areas, you've got a direct line to literally millions of people who are ready to listen.
But hey, maybe you don't want to jump into a huge, crowded space. Maybe you want to be a trendsetter. Well, check these out. These are some of the fastest growing categories right now. Things like sustainability and mindfulness are just blowing up. If you jump into one of these emerging niches, you can establish yourself as the go-to expert before everyone else catches on. It's a huge opportunity.
All right, so you've got your niche. Now what? Well, it's time to find some products to actually promote. And this is where affiliate marketing comes into the picture. It's actually super simple. You're basically a trusted guide for a brand. You recommend their stuff, and when someone buys through your special link, you get a cut. That's it.
And here's some really great news. You don't even need a website to start. A lot of people think you do, but you don't. You can just search for affiliate programs that are cool with you just using your social media profiles. Now, the big players are networks like Amazon Associates or ClickBank, and they're great places to start. Just, and this is important, always double-check their rules to make sure they're okay with direct linking from Pinterest. Oh, and this is totally a global thing. There are platforms like EarnKaro in India, which shows you can do this from literally anywhere in the world.
Okay, now we're getting into the real strategy. Pay close attention here. Anyone can make a pretty pin. A pretty pin might get you some saves, sure. But saves don't pay the bills, right? Clicks do. To get people to actually click and to drive traffic that leads to sales, your pins need to be, well, they need to be engineered. They need to have these little psychological triggers that make people have to take action.
And this quote from Michelle B just nails it. People don't actually click on pins because they're pretty. They click on it when they think they're going to get something out of it. That's it, right there. A click is a transaction. Someone is giving you their most valuable asset, their attention. You have to make them believe they're getting something amazing in return. So it's not about how pretty it is. It's all about the promise you're making.
So let's break down these 4 triggers. Number 1, clarity. Is it super obvious in like half a second who this pin is for? Number 2, payoff. What's in it for them? What amazing thing happens if they click? Number 3, curiosity. You got to create that little itch they have to scratch, that, wait, how does that work feeling? And finally, number 4, trust and ease. The next step has to feel safe and simple. Something like download the free guide feels super low risk.
And here's a massive pro tip that ties into this. You have to create original content. Pinterest algorithm loves originality. So please, don't just copy and paste the boring product photos from the company's website. Take your own pictures, or, use some of the cool AI tools out there to generate unique lifestyle shots. This does 2 huge things. 1, it helps you stand out from the crowd, and 2, and this is critical, it keeps your account from getting flagged as spam. Okay, let's talk about something that's maybe not as fun, but is absolutely crucial. Building a real sustainable business on Pinterest isn't just about getting clicks, it's about compliance. If you want to be in this for the long haul, you have to play by the rules. And that means understanding the legal stuff, like FTC disclosures and Pinterest's own policies.
So the big one, legally speaking, is this idea of a material connection. It sounds like some complicated lawyer talk, but it's pretty simple. The FTC says that if you have any kind of financial, work, or even family relationship with a brand, and yes, that includes getting free stuff, then you have a material connection. This isn't just about covering yourself. It's about being transparent with your audience. They have a right to know if your recommendation is also a paid ad.
So, how do you do it right? The FTC guidelines are actually really straightforward. First, be crystal clear. Use simple terms like #ad or #sponsored. Second, be obvious. Put that disclosure right at the very beginning of your pin description where nobody can possibly miss it. Don't bury it in a sea of other hashtags. The whole goal is just no one should ever have to guess if your pin is an ad or not. Being honest like this is how you build trust, and trust, my friends, is what turns a casual follower into a loyal customer.
And on top of the legal stuff, Pinterest has its own set of rules. And trust me, you don't want to break these. A huge one. Do not use URL shorteners like bit.ly. Pinterest hates them. You have to use the full direct affiliate link. They want total transparency about where you're sending people. Also, don't be spammy. Don't just post the exact same pin with the exact same link a dozen times. Oh, and you absolutely need to set up a free business account. It gives you access to analytics and tells Pinterest you're taking this seriously. Okay, we've covered a lot. But here's the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle. How do you scale this thing up? See, to really get the Pinterest algorithm on your side, you need to be posting fresh content every single day. And if you try to do that manually, it's a one-way ticket to burnout. That's where automation becomes your new best friend.
Just think about this for a second. The top brands on Pinterest, they're putting out 15 to 30 new optimized pins every day. Every day. There is just no way a single person can keep up with that pace without the right tools. So let's be clear, automation isn't some nice-to-have luxury. If you're serious about growth, it's a flat-out requirement. And when I say automation, I'm not just talking about a simple scheduler. Modern tools, things like Tailwind or Planoly, are like full-on content engines. They can help you create, manage, and schedule all of your pins in big batches. They take care of all the boring, repetitive work, which frees you up to be the CEO of your business, not the factory worker. You get to focus on the high-level strategy, analyzing what's working, and planning your next big move.
Now, I gotta be real with you for a second. You need to have the right expectations. Pinterest is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll feel the benefit of saving time with automation right away, which is awesome. But to see that big, significant growth in traffic, that usually takes about 3 to 6 months of being really consistent. The real goal here is to build this amazing, evergreen library of content that just keeps bringing you traffic 24/7 for years.
I mean, this chart really just says it all, doesn't it? Automation gives you back your single most valuable asset, your time. Instead of spending like 90% of your energy just doing the manual work, you get to flip that completely. You can invest that time and energy into strategy, and that is what's going to actually grow your business.
So look, the audience is there and they're ready to buy. The tools you need are available, and the path forward is actually pretty clear. Pinterest is this incredible platform that's literally built for discovery. It's a place where you can connect people with things they will genuinely love and find useful. So the question really isn't if you can earn money on Pinterest. The real question is, what are you going to help people discover first?